You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
You can see me? Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to delve directly into the focal points for these energies. Go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities you may find there. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences. All right then.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude. Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he's sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said. Yes, you see, the thing is, I'm not concerned with everyone's best interest. I find I'm only concerned with my own. I've already made it very clear that all of my trades are final. Look how persistent you are. Charming, really. Onmund gave up the first time I said no, but not you. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. Are you following me? You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now? It's an entirely different situation. I don't expect you to comprehend the nuances of these matters. Regardless, I'm making you a very simple offer. You get me the staff and I give you Onmund's precious amulet. Do we have a deal? Yes. I thought we'd gotten past that bit already. Onmund's amulet in exchange for my staff. Finally, we have an agreement. I look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact. All right, then.
If you have a moment, could you help me with something? I still need some help, if you can spare the time. We're all trying to become better mages, right? Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me? Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask J'zargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and don't move. There. Now Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you feel all right? You look very, green. I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results. It's not. It shouldn't be. You'll be back to normal in no time. And when you are, we can try this again, and I'll be sure to get it right. I'd better get going. I still need some help, if you can spare the time. Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time. Good, good. It'll be worth it, I assure you. Okay, now don't move at all. Oh my. That isn't right. Just wait. I can fix this. Oh no, that's not it at all. Let me try again. This really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time, I swear. There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it? Agreed. And thank you for your help. You're a good friend. I'd better get going.
we've stopped. What is it? Aren't you already running a job for Vilcus? Come talk to me when you finish that up. What do you need to take? Lead on, then.
My gods! I don't even know what to say. Mm-hmm.
By the gods, I don't even know what to say.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Illusion, really, is the least appreciated of the schools of magic. Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Take a look. Good day.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always...
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
Good to see. It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to... Did he now? Does he have information about our wonderful discovery? Is that the one about something buried beneath Sarthal? Something that men and Nair fought over? I'll have to make a point of rereading it. I don't recall the details. I just can't seem to tear myself away. Whatever this is, its beauty is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you'd allow me to indulge myself for a moment, I thought I might make a few observations. I'm sure you've already noticed the markings. They're quite unlike anything we've seen before. Eliad, Dwemer, Daedric, not even Falmer. None of them are a match. Quite curious indeed. Now, I'm not sure that you're quite as attuned as I am, given my extensive years of experience, but can you feel that? This marvelous object, it practically radiates magicka, and yet it's unlike anything I've felt before. Archmage Aron is already hard at work, and hopefully we'll have more information soon.
I'm afraid I must...
No,
It is urgent that I speak with your associate meeting.
This is most inappropriate. We're involved in serious research here.
Yes, I've no doubt of its gravity. This, however, is a matter that cannot wait.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never been interrupted like this before. The audacity. I suppose we'll continue this at some later time, when we can avoid interruptions.
I need you to come with me immediately. Let's go. Really? Will allow me to clarify the situation. I'd like to know why there's someone claiming to be from the Psijic Order here in the college. More importantly, I'd like to know why he's asking for you specifically. So we're going to go have a little chat with him and find out exactly what it is he wants. Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Aldmeri Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation. Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved. Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Please,
What
do
you
not be
learn
alarmed.
here will last you a
I
lifetime.
mean you no harm.
Several, if you're talented.
It is good to meet you in person. I'd simply like to talk to you. I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance, and attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed. I believe it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with. I'm afraid it's not that simple. You must understand the Psijic Order does not typically intervene directly in events. My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so. I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Psijic Order. The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us. I assure you that we mean you no harm. As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided. We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours. He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different. I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
I'm sorry.
Well,
were you about
what
to
is the
say
meaning
something?
of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
You must excuse me. I shouldn't be here.
I'm not sure what just happened, but I assure you I will get to the bottom of it. Whatever it is those Psijics are up to, they cannot be trusted. For all we know, he's here to scout out the college. I'm sure they want to undermine our efforts. This orb, the Eye of Magnus, whatever you want to call it, it's clearly powerful, and no doubt they want it for themselves. I expect to be informed if they make any future attempts to contact you. The what? No, I'm quite sure I have no idea what you're talking about. I suggest you mind your own business and return to whatever it is you do here.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Psijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow. What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation. Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject. Until next time.
Enchanting service. The local Nords may not like us very much, but they don't seem to mind having access to enchanted weapons and armor.
Is it true? One of the Psijics was here in the college? Huh? That sounds ominous. Are you getting yourself into even more trouble? Did you ask Mirabelle? She runs things around here after all. I'd better get going.
Huh?
Is it true? One of the Psijics was here in the college?
Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years. Hard to believe one would just suddenly show up here. I've never heard of anything like that. Did you ask Tolfdir? He's been here a long time and seems to know almost everything. Mm-hmm.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. That's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Very well. It's not something often discussed, as it might be misunderstood by the locals. The Augur is down in the below the college. I don't recommend going down there unless it's absolutely necessary. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly.
If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
Even with the there are some experiments the college frowns upon, if they're aware of them, of course.
That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. Until next time.
I'm working on some very important research. The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
The local Nords may not like us very much. They don't seem to mind.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? Fight well.
What you learn here, it's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. All right then.
Divine smile on you, friend.
I'm working on some very important The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable. We've stopped. What is it? Go on ahead. I'll stand guard. We going? What do you need to take? be right there then.
perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter. I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek. You seek that which all who wield magic seek, knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others. The one who calls himself Ancano. He seeks information about the Eye, but what he will find shall be quite different. His path will cross yours in time, but first you must find that which you need. You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your Archmage.
We going? Lead the way.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented. It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Really? And what might that be? I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it. And how do you know of this? Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this. I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the Augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. Something as specific and ancient as the staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now. I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff. I don't know. If the Augur suggested it, there must be a good reason for locating it. I hope Mirabelle is helpful in locating the staff.
I'm still here. Lead on, then.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary. If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly. Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking? I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it, though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere. Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power. No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative. I'm not really sure. Made and used by Magnus himself, if you believe those sorts of things. I believe I've heard it said that it's the only thing that could adequately contain his power. The sort of embellishment wizards of ancient times loved to make. Have you managed to track down the Synod or the staff of Magnus?